All right, what up? Peace, peace, peace. What's up with y'all, man? Hopefully, gonna come back with another video. Hopefully all is well with y'all. I'm gonna get into something I'm still going through right now, man. That's being content and gratefulness, and kind of going to complain as well. But just being content by the state that you're in, man. So it's important that we um be content from where we're at, because that's where the Most High wants us to be at that moment, man. That's where Yahweh wants us to be, you know, at in this stage, at that stage and point of our lives. So we gotta be content, be grateful with that, man. Have to be fine with that, man. So, because if it's not, it can lead us to, you know, doing a bunch of things that we regret, and not being thankful to the Most High, and it can, and for that, the Most High's like, okay, I'll put you even in the worst situation, because or I'll put you back in the situation that He just brought you out of, and now you're in the situation, got out of that. Now you just wanna, not being content of where you're at, but He could have easily brought you back to where you were. So if that makes sense, but man, because that's important that we don't that we all had that. Mainly myself, I'm talking about myself. Or have that spirit and have that be cool in the state that we're in. Sometimes, many times, in our heads we envision to where we want to be, where we like, because things aren't, because reality is not like, your reality is not like how it is in your mind. It's like, okay, I'm not there, so you know what, I'm just kind of keep complaining. This, but it could be like people say, man, it could always be worse, man. So, all right, but let's go to Sirach chapter 40 and 18. I'm bad about that little spiel, but yeah, man, it's really important that we don't damn, a few minutes on here, that we stop learn to be content, man. I definitely got to learn that myself, man. I'm going through this, you know, myself, and especially me, man. I gotta learn this. So this is Sirach chapter 40 in verse 18. Verse 18. And it reads, to labor and to be content with that a man hath, it is a sweet life, but he findeth a treasure that is above them both. So I just want to focus on the main part. It says to labor and to be content with what a man hath. So yeah, man, gotta compete, be content, be grateful for what you have, man, because it could be worse, man. So our people out here starving nothing, man. It's when people out here way worse situations in this captivity, man. So I definitely got to keep that in mind, man. Every time, even in my mind, when I complain or when I'm not content, it could be 100 times worse. So, I'm gonna read it again. It says to labor, Ecclesiastes, also known as Sirach, chapter 40. I'm sorry, and 18. It says to labor and to be content with a man that hath, and is a sweet life, but he that findeth a treasure is above them both. So yeah, man, that's true, man. To labor, man, and be content, man. That's why that's where faith kicks in, and patience kicks in. Mainly patience, man. Mainly patience, man. And all this stuff isn't easy, but that's what we try to gotta strive for, man. So it could become like second nature, man, or even become like to 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 have these characteristics, so that it can become second nature to us, man. So yeah, let's go to Philippians. Philippians 2 and what is it? Not Philippians 2. Oh man. Cause I did this a while back. I read the scripture on here like a while back. Damn, where I always. All right, but here we go. Philippians 4 and 11. But and it says, not that I speak in respect of want, for I have learned, and whatsoever state I am in, I am there. I'm reading again. Now that I speak in the respect of want, for I have learned, and whatsoever state I am, therewith be content. So yeah, man, same thing Sirach is saying, man. Like, labor and be content, man. Whatever state you in, man, I had to be content with that. Paul was saying this. I'm gonna read it again. It says, now that I speak in respect of want, for I have learned, and so whatever state I am therewith to be content, man. So yeah, man, like Paul says, man, whatever state you in, man, it's gotta be content, man, because that's where the Most High, how shall they want you there at that point, man, and definitely, man. So, man, that's just important, man, because I'm going through that, I'm still trying to learn that, still trying to learn that myself, man. So, it could be worse, and so gotta keep that in mind. Like you said, like I went into, man, going to complain, man. I'm defending, our ancient our ancestors in the past, the forefathers in the past, and some even our people now is in the worst situation. It could be, So, but yeah, now, man, but like Psalm 73 says, like David says, while I complain, man, I'm disrespecting them, our ancestors, our forefathers, man. So, yeah, so let's read this in the Oxford. Y'all know I was coming. I got it with me today, so yeah, let's get that. It's the Oxford Study Bible, Amazon, Barnes and Noble, or whatever bookstore. Yeah, man. All right, this is Ecclesiastes chapter 40 and 18. Also known as Sirach, in the Oxford Study Bible, it says, to be employed and to be one's own master, both are sweet, but to find treasure is a better still. That's going into being self-employed. But it reads differently, but that's cool too, man. Definitely. But when I say be content, and when I was going to early, not things not going to what you want them to be in your mind. I'm not saying like not don't have goals or anything like that. I'm talking about in the state of, in the context of being grateful, not having goals and envisioning yourself where you want to be in your mind, because then that can lead into other things, like when you doing that, we're not in your mind when you think of, well, I'm not where I'm supposed to be, and then it not being in the context of not being grateful, because that can lead to doing things that you regret, like especially like myself, comparing yourself to other people, and or just other things, then you start doing things you regret, starting to all different sins could come in that with that and that. But yeah, man, so this kind of reads different, but yeah, it's kind of good too. I mean, to be self-employed, to be employed and to be one's own master, both are sweet. Kind of reads different, but find the treasure is better still. But that's kind of wasn't in context of what I was going into, but that's cool too, I guess. Let's see what's over here. Let's get Philippians 4 and 11. Yeah. All right. Philippians chapter 4 and 11, Oxford Study Bible, and it reads, not that I am speaking of want, for I have learned to be self-sufficient in whatever my circumstances is. So yeah, man, it reads differently, but being self-sufficient is good too. But being content, in your state, man, that's really the point what I'm trying to bring out, man. So yeah, man. So hopefully this is I'm gonna read it again because I kind of read that a little fast. Not that I'm speaking of want, for I have learned to be self-sufficient, whatever my circumstances. So yeah, man. So Okay, yeah, I'll read verse 12. I know what it is to have nothing, and I know what it is to have plenty. I have been thoroughly initiated into fullness and hunger and plenty of poverty. So yeah, man, that's Paul's going into way, being content because I've been through worse. I know how it is to be in a worse situation. So our situation I'm in now, I gotta be content with that, man. So, that's what shoot, Job, all the other prophets that are forefathers in the past, man. Like, look what they went through, man. So, yeah, man, that's really it on that. Hopefully, this is edifying, man. Hopefully, y'all got some out of this, man. So, may the Most High bless y'all, man. Y'all stay up, man. So, peace.